Hi guys, I'm Jose Negron. I want to go through who I think the 26 guys that Greg Berhalter is going to bring to the World Cup for the USA are. I'm not really going to talk about much. I'm just going to predict, and I mean, we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be pretty close, though. Okay, so starting with goalkeepers, I think the locks are definitely Matt Turner and Zach Steffen. Um, I think that between these three guys, Selena, Sean Johnson, and Ethan Horvath, I think he's going to bring Sean Johnson. I think he's going to bring Sean Johnson. So, yeah, Matt Turner, Zach Steffen, Sean Johnson. Okay, for defenders, let's start with the backs. Definitely starters are Sergino Dest and Anthony Robinson. I think he's going to bring five backs and then four center backs. I think he's going to bring Reggie Cannon for sure. He freaking loves Reggie Cannon. I think Yedlin's going to be the person that he brings for experience. The only other person who's played in the World Cup, the only person who's played in a World Cup, previous World Cup in this roster. And then between Joe Scally and Sam Vines, even though Greg was so like tough to give Joe Scally a chance, I think that he's not going to bring a left back. I think he's going to bring Joe Scally. I think Joe Scally did enough in the last window, in very limited playing time to that I think Greg has to take him over Sam Vines. And then in emergency situations, he's either going to play Sergino Dest at the left back or Joe Scally at the left back. But yeah, I think those are definitely the five backs that he brings. And then for center backs, definitely Walker Zimmerman. Fucking freaking loves Aaron Long. If Chris Richards actually is healthy, then definitely going to bring Chris Richards. And I think the fourth one is definitely Cameron Carter Vickers. I think he rates Cameron Carter Vickers higher than Eric Palmer Brown and Tim Ream and Mark McKenzie. If for some reason Chris Richards is injured, I think the next person that he brings is actually Mark McKenzie over Tim Ream and Eric Palmer Brown. I've heard that he doesn't really rate Palmer Brown. Um, and I mean, of course, Tim Ream is someone that he's brought in previously, and Tim Ream is playing at arguably the highest level of all the center backs and as captaining a Premier League side. But that doesn't change what his limitations are. Like, I'll always remember in the against Mexico when Linus just like shook him out of his boots. And yeah, he might be good on the ball, he might be good passing, but if Greg wants to play a high line, I think he's come to realize that like Tim Ream can't really be brought in, even though he might be our highest performing center back. So yeah, I think these are definitely going to be the defenders. If Chris Richards is injured, I think that he's going to bring Mark McKenzie as the fifth. Again, this is what I'm predicting, Greg. This isn't what I would do. Um, and then yeah, let's go to midfielders. I'm not going to count Reyna. I'm not going to count Reyna and Aronson as midfielders because Greg is more likely to play them as attackers. Yeah, so just like locks for sure. Let's start with the six: Tyler Adams, and where the hell is that guy? Kellen Acosta. And then if we go to the eights, those are definitely the locks for the six. So for the eights, Weston McKennie for sure, Yunus Musa for sure. Uh, Man, it came out today that Luca De La Torre might be injured. He's gonna like he says he's out for 3 weeks. The World Cup is like a few days after that. But I think if they're accurate with that type of diagnosis, then I think he's for sure going to bring Luca De La Torre, even if he is coming back from injury. Okay, how many is that? So that's one, two. Okay, that's three eights. Let's do the locks. So those are the locks. Um, so that's five. I think he's going to bring six. It's gonna for I, it's gonna come down to Roldan and Malik Tillman. I know people are saying like he loves Roldan, and I know he does, but the fact that Tillman picked us, like Greg at least promised him some games in the last couple of windows, but I feel that isn't the only reason why he brought him in. Like I feel that he's going to bring Malik Tillman over Christian Roldan. If Delatorre is injured, then he's definitely going to bring Roldan. But I think if Delatorre is there, I think he's going to bring Malik Tillman over Roldan. And let's see. But I don't think that Tillman would have committed without almost assurances that he would be going. Um, I think he's going to bring Malik Tillman. Okay. So I think those are going to be the six midfielders. And then, of course, like attackers, Christian Pulisic, Reyna, and Aronson can definitely play in the middle. We don't know if Greg will do that, but like they could definitely play in the middle. Timothy Weah, for sure. And then one more winger. I think it's people have been saying it's between Jordan Morris and Paul Areola. I think he's going to bring Areola. I think that's going to be the last winger that he brings, Areola over Morris. If we go to strikers, oh shit, I have 24. What did I do? What did I do? I'll figure that out in a second. But for strikers, he is. I don't think he's going to bring PFOC. I think he's going to bring Pepe's going to be his starter. I think Pepe's going to start the first game. I think Pepe's going to start versus England. Ferreira, and Sargent. Now, this should be. God damn it! What did I do? All right. Did I do a different defender? Oh yeah, I clicked McKenzie. That's what it was. Okay. So yeah, I don't think he's going to bring PFOC. Straight red card guys did a really interesting diagram of Pepe, Sargent, and Ferreira. It's a really interesting Venn diagram where you have Pepe and then Pepe circle, and then you have Sergeant circle encompassing Pepe's circle, and then Ferreira has a little nipple inside of Pepe's circle, basically meaning that why is Ferreira the starting striker? Why does he love Ferreira? I don't know. I don't know. If it were me, why the hell wouldn't you bring Jordan Pefok over Ferreira? But I think those are the people that Greg is going to bring. So yeah, save. Okay, so let's see. Squad value 302 million. Yeah, this is going to be right. This is going to be right. I'm pretty sure. Average age is 24. Wow. Okay. So we'll see. But I barring injury, I think this is what's going to be. Um, I gave a few alternates in case of injury, so we'll see if there's any injuries, if those end up being right. But yeah, thanks a lot, everyone, for listening, and we'll see how it goes. Go USA.